Hello everyone, this is Eugene Fine speaking. I'm pretty sure you guys are thinking, what? He's not talking about recreators for once? Is this really happening? Yes, there are other anime that are like besides recreators, you know. So for this time around, let's switch topics and talk about another best of 2017. In this case, a possible candidate for best couple of 2017. Just this season alone, we've had the chance to see a plethora of unique couples such as the unexpected school romance of Akane and Kotaro from Tsukigakure, the political debate turned casual banter between Shindo and Saraka from Sekai Surukado, and even just reviving the solid bonds between Eren and Mikasa from Shingeki no Kyojin, which I'm pretty sure everyone at this point is like, just fuck already! And as good as these couples may be, I don't feel like any of them come close to the couple that I want to talk about in this video. You already know which one I'm talking about from the title. That is Willem and Chtholly from Suka Suka. No other two characters from this season, and even from this year thus far, have experienced as much development so quickly as these two characters. Back in episode 1, the two were basically just strangers to each other, who happened to bump into each other by accident. Thinking that chance encounter was just a one-off thing, little did they know that they would end up having more to do with each other. It was only a matter of time before Willem learns the inconvenient truth about the girls known as leprechauns, which included Chtholly. And you can see the two of them forming a bond with each other as Chtholly opens up to Willem and tells him more about herself. Throughout her life, she's been convinced that her only purpose is to fight the beasts that continue to bring destruction to the Earth's surface. And being a leprechaun, she does not fear death and would willingly sacrifice herself if she had to. But of course, Willem isn't going to let things be that way. He is determined to convince Chtholly that she does not need to sacrifice herself in order to save the world. In simple terms, Willem's presence gives Chtholly hope and a different outlook on life. For the first time in her life, she's found a reason for wanting to live. So ultimately, it would make sense that Chtholly would develop feelings for Willem. When Chtholly stated why she sees Willem as someone special, it sounded believable. And that whole scene at the end of episode 6, I swear was probably one of the most touching scenes in anime I have seen all year. From then on, it literally felt like they were a couple. Sure, Willem constantly brings up the point that Chtholly should settle for someone else besides himself, but that's only because he treasures her but does not think he is the best guy there is for Chtholly. And just the way Chtholly stubbornly insists that Willem is the most precious person to her is a way to develop their relationship even more. Like seriously, 6 episodes. 6 episodes is all it took for these two characters to get from pure strangers to a true heartfelt couple. And even after that, the anime continues to build upon their relationship even further. Aside from examples like Clannad and Chivalry of a Failed Knight, we rarely get to see romantic relationships being expanded upon after the mere confession phase. Heck, many times we don't even get the realization of a romance, so it was very relieving to see something like this in Suka Suka. And you want to know why the anime took it all the way? Well, that's because of its story. The fear of taking it all the way for many anime is that once it's done, the big question is, what's next? It becomes hard to top the realization of a romance if there is nothing interesting to follow up with. And that's why many of the time, that's where the anime ends, or that we get a brief epilogue of what happens next. In the case of Suka Suka, that's not an issue. The romance is not the only interesting element of the anime. An even greater aspect is the mystery surrounding the world and what actually happened. So even if the anime decided to establish the relationship of Willem and Chtholly early on, there is still a lot more to keep the anime entertaining. Not only that, but the constant threats that continue to interfere with their relationship act as assets to further develop it. So in a way, Satelight really knew how to take advantage of the story to build a solid romance. With the possibility that these 12 episodes may not be enough to fully explore on the situation of the anime, I am so glad that they decided to really emphasize on the romance between Willem and Chtholly, making this anime so much more than it could have been otherwise. With the final episode coming out tonight, I am so looking forward to what happens. It could go really well or it could go really bad. Either way, I want to know how it all ends. Suka Suka was one of my most anticipated anime from my first look of the anime chart, and I am so glad I was right about it. And one major factor for that is Willem and Chtholly. At this point, I would be surprised if they don't at least get nominated for Best Couple of 2017. Please, I really hope that this becomes true because in all honesty, I freaking love these guys so much. I have not felt so emotional about a relationship in anime as I did with this one. And yeah, Suka Suka as possible best anime of spring 2017. And then again, it could have competition with Little Witch Academia, but we'll have to see what happens. So before I go, what did you think about my statement of Willem and Chtholly being best couple of 2017? Did you agree with it or did you disagree with it? And if you disagree with it, let me know what you think is or will be the best couple of 2017. Or if that's a bit tricky for you guys, let me know what is the best couple of spring 2017. And I guess that's a wrap for now, and I'm looking forward to the conclusion of spring 2017. For now, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and do stay tuned to the next time of whatever I make. Until next time, bye!